Hi, Lena here. Today I want to show you how to work the Italian Sewn Bind Off, which is a perfect bind off when you've been working a knit one, purl one rib and you want a stretchy edge to finish off your work. So to begin with, here after I've worked my last round, I'm going to take the working yarn and I'm going to leave a tail 3 to 4 times longer than the edge I have here to bind off. So if I count approximately 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and then add a little extra here. And then I will cut my tail. So that should be enough for my bind off. And then grab the tail and put it on your darning needle or tapestry needle. And you will be ready to get started. So here my project starts with a knit stitch. So to begin with here, for my setup, I'm going to insert my tapestry needle knitwise into this first stitch. So going into it like I would knit it. And then I'm pulling the yarn through, but I'm leaving the stitch here on the needle for now. And then I'm taking the tapestry needle with the working yarn here from the back of work, going in from the back of work with my needle just like this. And then I'm going to insert it knitwise into the next stitch. And to do so, I'm going to just bring the needle around that stitch and then to the back. So I'm going to do that now one more time to make sure that you saw what I was doing. I'm going here now from the back, between the first and the second stitch, rotating my darning needle so that I could go knitwise into that second stitch. And then pull the yarn through all the way here to the back, just like that. And with that, I have completed the setup and I'm going to start working my steps. So to start, I'm going to insert my tapestry needle again knitwise into this first stitch, and at the same time I will remove it from the needle tip. Then I will skip that purl stitch and go purlwise into the next knit stitch. And then pull my working yarn through and make sure that I pull it a little bit snug. We are moving to the next step. I'm going to insert my needle purlwise into the first stitch. So as if I were to purl it. And then I'm going to slip it off. Then I'm bringing the tapestry needle between first and second stitch. Again, that same way we did to begin with in our setup, going from the back between first and second stitch and going knitwise into that second stitch and then pull the strand through. So that's all my steps that I will be repeating now over and over again. So we will start, and this is how I tell myself what I'm doing. I'm going to go knitwise into the first stitch, purlwise into the second stitch I have on my left needle tip, and pull the yarn through. Then I'm going purlwise into the next stitch. I'm going between first and second stitch and I knit. So as you can see, this is very familiar to the Kitchener stitch if you have used that stitch before. Those are my steps, and as you can see, I create this nice line here now where the stitches follows the fabric up around the top. I will keep going so that you can really see how this turns out. We are knitting into the first stitch and slipping it off, purling into the second stitch on my left needle tip and pull the yarn through, purling into the first stitch and slipping it off, going between first and second stitch from the back, knitting into that second stitch and pulling the yarn through. And then just make sure that you keep a good tension here up at the top of the fabric. So again, starting, knitting into the first one, purling into the second one, and pull the yarn through. Purling into the first one, go between first and second and knit into the second one, and pull the yarn through. So a little bit tricky to begin with to get it all just started, but once you have it started and you just keep following the same mantra where you knit the first one and slip it off, purl the second stitch and pull through, purl the first one and slip off, go from the back and knit the next one and pull yarn through. So now you can see how nice this gives me an edge here up at the top, and it's also very elastic and nice. So continue like this all the way around until you reach your last 2 stitches, and I'll meet you there. I'm almost now at the end of the round here. I'm knitting off and then purling on, and I'm purling off and then going knitwise into the last stitch like this, and with that last step I have now my last 2 stitches here on my needle. So to finish off here now nicely at the end of the round, I will go knitwise into the next stitch here and slip it off, and then I will find this first column of knit stitches here at the beginning of the round, and I will go purlwise into the right leg of the stitch there at the top. So go purlwise into that one and pull the yarn snug, then go purlwise into that last stitch and slip it off, and then I go purlwise into the same stitch here now but in the other side of it like that, and then tighten up things a little bit here at the top. Then I stick my needle to the back of work, and here you can now see how nice this edge look here up at the top. So now when I have the strand here in the back, I'm just going to weave away the tail like I normally would. I just go into the loops like this, first in one direction and pull through, and then I go and continue in the opposite direction for a couple stitches like that, and with that my tail is secure and I can just cut the yarn there. And now you can see my bind off edge all nice and finished, and you can see how stretchy and nice it is. So for your next top down hat or toe up sock, I can really recommend using this nice finishing here for your upper edge.